we doing? What we doing?
Celebrate.
Can I get a Go Gators from everybody? No Go Gators? Okay. Y'all all kicked out my street. You nasty. Oh, she nasty. That's my wife, though. I married her.
New details surrounding a crime scene in the middle of a Daytona Beach neighborhood. Overnight, police confirmed a woman was shot and killed. Her husband badly hurt after a murder and attempted suicide.
Chantel and Shantae Atkins were a married couple who had been together over a decade. They were beloved by many and seemed to be living a life full of love. However, no one would be prepared for the tragedy that would take place and Shantae losing her life. 34-year-old Shantae was a mother, wife, and hard worker, and according to her social profile, she was a medical assistant at Florida Cancer Specialist and Research Institution, and her husband, 35-year-old Chantel, a truck driver at U.S. Foods. They had been married for the last 7 years, and Shantae enjoyed spending time with her family, travel, and a bike rider who was a part of the Divine Diva Motorcycle Club as Eternal Diva. Her husband had a deep love for bikes as well. Over the past few months, Shantae was on a health journey and was excited about the progress she was making. Sadly, on the evening of October 19th, an argument would break out between the couple, and Chantel would tragically end up shooting his wife in the head. According to the police report, Chantel Atkins shot his wife, Shantae Atkins, in the head for an argument about riding his motorcycle while intoxicated. Officers would be called about 6:30 p.m. that Thursday evening to 530 Fulton Street, where Chantel had shot his wife, Shantae, in the head, according to the report. She was found near the front door and sadly pronounced unalive at the scene. Chantel then turned the gun on himself with a single gunshot in his left shoulder.
Police tell us that when the woman and her husband were arguing, she called her parents asking for help. We imagine to help diffuse the situation, but by the time they got here, it was already too late. It came as a shock to the couple's friends and family.
It was like loving, I'm talking about real love. That's why I say it was like so crazy that this happened.
According to police, a Daytona Beach couple got into an argument Thursday evening that led to the husband shooting his wife and later himself. Chantel Atkins was the husband, and his uncle is still in disbelief.
Right now, I don't believe it happened that way, just because knowing them and who he was and who she was, I don't know. It may have happened, but I'm not sure.
Police found him in the front yard, and he was taken to Halifax Health Medical Center. However, Chantel survived and would be charged with first-degree premeditated murder, according to an affidavit. According to two witnesses, that evening, the argument about riding the bikes intoxicated escalated between the couple. It was at that point Shantae called her parents for help. The report stated after someone whose identity or identities was not given arrived at the scene. Chantel then armed himself with a rifle inside the house and shot his wife as she tried to run outside. One of the witnesses would end up jumping a fence to get away, and the report also said someone was taken to the hospital, but no further details as of why.
Police say when the argument escalated, the woman called her parents and asked them to come. Her parents rushed over, but before they could make it, police say Atkins fired his rifle. Shawanti Atkins died in the house. She was found near the front door.
I guess the mother had ran out in the road and she was waving to the police officer.
Theodore Carter heard all the commotion. He was just as shocked as Atkins' family to hear the house this all happened in.
I see him all the time. I speak to him. I slow down a little bit and say, hey, how you doing? So the guy was a real good guy to me.
Now families and friends are left wondering what went wrong.
We would never know. The only thing we could do is try to piece together a puzzle and try to come up with the answer.
It seems that his wife was trying to save his life, and he ended up taking hers. How tragic and sad. This is not how their story was supposed to end. A temporary moment of drunkenness and anger can lead to bad things happening, then a gun being involved, and this bad situation can turn tragic and life-changing. That is why in many places there are laws against being around weapons and drinking. I truly wish that guns were not the go-to when someone gets mad. It continues to become more and more common, and too many families are being torn apart from senseless gun violence. Now he has to live for what he did to his wife and himself. My deepest thoughts are with this family in their difficult time, and please comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in this difficult time, and don't forget to hit that like button to share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.